Hello, my name is Chris Cherry and I'm a Strategic Associate with SDN.
Hi Chris, thanks for talking to us today. In your own words, can you just explain the process of Gateway and how it's starting to look in practice?
Well, the process of Gateway is supposed to be an assessment whether the apprentice is ready to undertake the endpoint assessment. So it should be led by the employer and training provider and underwritten by the endpoint assessment organisation. So I think very strongly that it should be a meeting between employer and maybe the line manager or supervisor for the apprentice, the training provider and the apprentice themselves. And each of them have the same status and stake in the discussion.
Okay, so we're hearing that some apprentices have been stopped from moving through the Gateway. How can training providers and employers really know when the apprentice is ready to move through that Gateway stage?
I guess what's really important is you have to ask the right questions at Gateway. Most EPOs provide a form that you can fill in that says the evidence is in place and the apprentice is compliant with the requirements of the endpoint assessment plan. But in reality, what we should be saying is the apprentice acting at or above the competence level required in that occupation? And if we can answer that question in the positive by using test questions, some analysis and a triage of the evidence, having a look at the apprentice's work and involving the apprentice in that discussion, that's the key to success in meeting the challenges of the Gateway.
That's brilliant. So how can endpoint assessors learn from the first few assessments that they might undertake and continue to improve their practice?
Well, for endpoint assessors, I suppose the starting point is what is the evidence base that the training provider and employer have used to make that Gateway assessment. So we've got completed documentation, maths and English, we might have a self-assessment, there might be a portfolio, but how would they read it, use it, essentially triage it to make sure that the evidence actually is in place that shows competence. And that doesn't breach the independence because they will come and do the assessment knowing the Gateway has been met. But actually what they need to do is to make sure that the apprentice is going to be able to perform under the rigours of the endpoint assessment.